Let's get good. This is Endless Space 2 Awakening, and we are playing as the Fireborn Guardians of the Galaxy, the Unfallen. In the last episode, Santa Claus and the United Elves decided to declare war on us, and it caught me off guard a little bit, so I made some play errors. We lost a couple extra ships that we didn't need to lose. This episode, we're going to get back on track. Gistrid is safe. We can now focus on producing a full military fleet just to sort of bully people around the galaxy and encourage them to be friendly. Be friendly with the Unfallen. We're nice tree people, unless you make us crush you. Anyways, that aside, that's our goal for this episode. Sylphie is producing some cheap heat. I do want to take a second. Resilence made a very valid point in the comments that we had gotten Marketplace Tech to go look at the heroes here. Unfortunately, we cannot afford them yet. I looked at what it would give us if we sold this stuff. Still not quite enough. I wonder what we could get for Gigalatus, though. Gigalatus, a lot more profitable. Ooh, okay. So if we opted to sell some of our resources, we could pick up another hero here. Now, I was looking at this Hisho hero as a seeker. Just if we had a second seeker that we could put on Vine Fleets, this guy would be bomb. Like, look at this movement, y'all. Look at this movement. Okay, so that's more free movement right there. And then he also gets the Seeker movement right here. In addition to that, he gets Celestial Mechanics, which is another 6 movement on fleet. This guy could get our Vine ships popping around the galaxy in no time flat. He'd also be a great fleet commander for our fleet that we want to build out. But we do have another Seeker that could fill that role as well. So I'm not sure we want to go with a Seeker hero here. On the other hand, this Lumeris hero right here, at the top end, produces 40% additional production and food from trade routes on systems, which would be great for us because trade is going to be something we focus on. Also just generates lots of great resources here. The only thing he doesn't have that I would really like to have in a governor, and no, counselors should be the ones that get this, I thought. He doesn't have a luxury resource boost, which is unfortunate because that's a big, big deal. Luxury resource boosts are very nice. He does, however, have the Joy Initiative, which also won't be particularly useful to us now that I think about it. It may be more beneficial to have Overseers than it is to have Counselors because we're going to have so much overflow approval. So, An Unfallen Overseer doesn't seem great because their top-end skill is ship regeneration, although it does work on Senate as well, which would mean it would just apply to our entire empire, more than likely. Although he's a scientist, so maybe not. Once again, that puts us in this sort of gray area where it's like, okay, do we go for this guy? I think we'll go for this guy. We'll get a second Seeker for right now, and then after that, we'll focus entirely on our governors. Yeah, let's do that. We're just going to have to dump some resources here to get up to 3.2k. We could have also used this to build big data shipyards. The reason I didn't do that is because big data shipyards don't actually increase the rate that ships build, it just increases the level that they start out when they come out, which isn't what we're after right now. Okay, so we're going to assign that guy to our new fleet here. Looking good, bud, looking good. Let's get you geared out, though. So given our intended uses for this guy, we kind of want to make sure that he has the ability to both boost a fleet, has a basic engine, and then he has one more support slot. We could dedicate that to damage. We could dedicate that to a lot of things. What I'm going to dedicate that to, though, is probably going to be probes. And the reason we want probes on him is because if we do eventually make him our Vine ship shuttler, like he takes our Vine ships around, then him being able to scan down planets in addition to move the Vine ships is going to be very, very valuable to us. So we'll go with that. My cat is destroying his clawing thing in the background, so if you hear a bunch of noise, that's what it is. Okay, so we'll go with lasers here. Or we did mix up our fleets, so we have some missiles and we have some lasers. We could make this guy really strong at long range, although in that case, we may also want to bring some swarm missiles to peel. I think that's fine. We give him a nice mixture of weapons here. He is a lot heavier in projectile, though, it would appear. But the range profile is the same, so I'm kind of okay with it. Beam weapons aren't great. We could do this, though. Give him a little bit more power to those beams. The big issue here is the swarm missiles. If we didn't take those, we could go like this, and we could really even out his damage. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. That seems better overall. Okay, so he is ready to lead his fleet like a true commander. He's got 4 ships in his fleet. Let's go ahead and repair any of them that are damaged. And then let's come into Nakos. Nakos is building all Vine ships right now. I think that's okay. I don't think we really want to worry about putting out military ships in Nakos right now. They're just fine doing that. We don't need the Vine ships as quickly, and I think Sylphie has better overall production. So what we're going to do in Sylphie, looking at our total CP count here, because I should have looked at that before, 14, which means we can do ideally 3 supports, and then just 11 cheap heats. That's a fleet right there. So I'm going to put our 3 supports at the head of the queue here. Now these cheap heats are laser cheap heats, so we're going to actually go in and make a new design here. We're going to call these little bada booms. These little bada boom ships, they're going to be here just to shoot the projectiles. Although, I wonder how, hold on, before we do this, and this is me bouncing around too much again, I want to go in here and see how long until we actually get these new ships. 2 turns until we get new ships, so we could honestly just wait to fill out our fleets here and just kind of keep this one going. There are 2 more cheap heat coming off right here. I think that's a better idea. Although it will take longer to produce those fleets. Okay. Well, in that case, it is going to take longer to produce those fleets. We'll give that a little time, and instead what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and build these out. So we are going to call this Little Bada Boom, and their entire purpose is going to be to bring the missiles. So there's that, and bring the missiles, my friend. Bring all the missiles. Okay, so our Little Bada Boom now has missiles, and then we're going to go with... there we go. That's what we'll call these. Phasers to stun. Phasers to stun right here is going to be our attacker ship that is all laser beams. This will give us the ability to mix range profiles with our strategies and kind of keep them guessing, although I think I just put beams on there instead of lasers. Yeah, let's go lasers, not beams. If we go with beams, we do get to keep the long range profile, but the damage is a lot lower. Perfect. There we go. Phasers to stun. So we've already got 2 cardboard shields in there. We want at least 1 more cardboard shield. We've got 2 cheap heats in there. And the cheap heats, this model should be lasers. Yeah. So that would leave us with 5 lasers and 1 projectile out of 11 units, which means we're going to want to make a lot more of the little bada booms. There. That's probably considerably enough. We might not be straight on 11 there, but we'll see as those fleets come out. The reality is we just need them to defend, so it's not a big deal here. What is a big deal is we have some combat to resolve. This is going to be kind of an important battle for us to win. They are tanked heavily towards energy, which is unfortunate. Oh, actually, that's not unfortunate. Those shuttles that we picked up from our minor faction, the Vesrixo, are going to be very useful here. What is their range profile like? Medium, and our range profile is very heavily favored towards medium as well. Okay, so that makes things a lot easier. What we're going to probably do here... They have split damage types even. Good job, Pirates. Way to be a pain. Shield penetration on weapons is probably pretty good, especially since they're using lasers as well. Hull plating absorption on ships will actually be more effective against them, I suspect. Yeah. That's going to save us damage, and it's not going to save them damage because they have no plating. So here we go. Draw, we killed all but 1. We did lose, I believe, both of our projectile ships there, which is unfortunate, but hey, we won-ish, because they only have 1 ship left, and we can absolutely fight that ship off. We're going to retreat here. This questioner has no business fighting a Prowler. It may not even survive. It did survive. Yay! Good job, little guy. Run like your life depends on it, because it does. Taking him over here is probably a great idea as well. So I get that we can entwine this because it's not connected to a star lane. Does that mean that we can then use this to like entwine over here and over here and over here? Because if that's the case, that is super cool. I'm very excited to see how that comes out. To continue its development, y'all need... we need the spear right now. The spear would be great. Let's go ahead and give them 30 titanium just to get us started off here. And the deluge of change does not abate. The Unfallen move like a forest in the wind, sometimes leaning in one direction and sometimes the other. In the noise and the confusion, I think that the heart is beating louder in order to get their attention. When I try to listen to the heart to understand it as the thirds do, I think that Mufasa and Adelata may both be correct. We must sway other peoples to see things the way we see them, and perhaps reach out to them and change ourselves in doing it. I have no true conviction other than that when this is over, the Unfallen will not be who we once were. Okay, so this is great. This is that diaspora, that detachment from what we once were, that was so interesting in the story of the Endless. The actual fall of the Endless is very much related to that. So we can either reach 40 positive diplomatic pressure with another empire, which will give us Heart's Ward here, which is a nice little defense module, or we can get control, which is reach 2200 manpower in your empire. Gosh, that shouldn't be difficult at all. We are making fleets, though, so that will slow this down, but the result for that is we get a beam module called Heart's Hammer that is pretty solid and does do crew killed per hit, which is great because, as Resilence was telling us in the comments, if you hit the crew at all, it reduces the efficiency of the ships. So just having that module, one of those on a ship in each of your flotillas, will reduce the efficiency of their fleets. So I think we'll definitely go with it, although, So the problem with going with this is that if we go with this, then militarists are going to push their way into our government, and I'm worried about us losing pacifists. It's a very tough choice in a way. Wow, that's really rough. 40 positive diplomatic pressure is a lot easier, I think, for us to reach right now than the 2200 manpower because we're burning manpower producing fleets. Let me take a look at this real quick. Let's go look at our political situation right now. Pressure trend is plus 0.1, minus 0.1 from current diplomatic status. Pressure trend here isn't great either. You have a lot of influence. I wonder if we can do anything here to increase our positive pressure trend with them. You guys want a science agreement, maybe? Huh? Little bit of science agreement there? No? Nothing? Okay, fine. What if we offer you some Transvine? Everybody likes Transvine. You guys like Transvine? I like Transvine. No? No love for Transvine. Okay, they're not going to be happy no matter what we do with them. What about these guys? How about we offer you map sharing? What do you think about that? Oh, okay. Well, that's a trade. It's not a trade agreement. It won't actually net us peace. And I'm not entirely sure how that will affect our pressure with them either. It's very interesting. I mean, let's just give it to him and see what happens. Okay, did you just insult us because we were nice and gave you things? This is why being peaceful is hard for me. I'm just throwing that out there. Okay, so I guess what we're going to do here, since I'm not sure how we can really force this right now, is I'm just going to go with this. Heart's Hammer is a great module anyway, definitely worth picking up. Prepare to impose the pacifist unity of the Unfallen on those who would rather fight than listen. I mean, that is the state that we're in right now, too, so I guess it makes sense. We have successfully hacked Perseus, sorry guys. Perseus will become a new staging system for us. We're going to make a backdoor here, and hopefully we can use that. Actually, this is kind of great. If this works the way I think it works, this is great. You guys see why this is amazing, right? Don't mind me just bouncing a hack through my own system where it can't be traced into their system. That should get us there very, very quickly and allow us to go ahead and bounce up here to Altair next, which will be wonderful because then we can start stealing techs. Or worse, there is some real havoc you can wreak when you hack a capital. We could have their own population spawn ships invading them. That would definitely hamper their war efforts just a little bit. Just a little bit, guys. Just, tad bit. Okay, Gistrid has available Q here. Nothing going on Gistrid, which is fine because we can use them to either build out more fleet, which seems like an unnecessary thing at the moment. Miners Union is unnecessary as well at the moment. They don't actually have any resources for them to mine. Center of Light and Life would give us significant science at this point because we have Guardians, Basrixos, Unfallen, No Harashems here, though. Interesting. We're going to have to send some Harashems over to Gistrid as well. Let's do that from our home system. We did lose those population last session because I basically was dumb. That's what happened. I was dumb, and it cost us a couple population. So we're going to be better about that. We know that they're safe on their way over there now. No big deal. This is slightly concerning, but at the same time, it is just a scout, and the Hisho are technically at peace with us for the moment. So Center of Light and Life is not a unique improvement, which is wonderful because it means we can build it in all of our systems. Let's take a look at Nakos here and see where that puts us. We have 1 minor, 2 minor, 3 minor, 4 minor. We don't have Guardians here, do we, though? No, we do not. We do have 3 minor. Is it just minors, or is it every type of pop? It's every type of pop. Okay. So that'll actually, 40 here, 2. We'll put that in queue behind our vine ships, though. I think our vine ships are more important. And then up here on Deneb, we have other things to worry about as well. They're producing vine ships right now. Does look like they could use with some colonization here to open up another planet relatively soon. Maybe put that right there. Yeah, I think that's fine. We have this extra vine ship here that at this point we just kind of want to pop out but like not send anywhere dangerous. So we're going to take it out. And what we'll do is we'll send it... How many turns do you take to get up here, bud? No. The direct route, my friend. 10 turns via the direct route. Okay, forget the direct route. Instead, let's see how long we can spend to get you down here. 3 turns, but he will be traveling through Perseus, which we should theoretically have vision on. Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if our vines actually gave us vision through Fog of War so that we could know there were no ships there, but they do. Lovely, lovely, lovely. We do have the effect of the collapsing star now because this entwine finished, and that means we can also go upgrade this behemoth. So let's go check out our dear behemoth here. We are going to do all the slot upgrades with this guy. Get rid of that. Give him another one of these. That was the ideal here. Yes. Gather more antimatter. Oh, wait a minute. One of these or one of these? No, I guess more antimatter is probably better overall. We'll do that. How much does it cost to do the upgrade? Ooh, 756, which we are a bit shy on. What we can do to get there, though, is just sell this stuff. Yeah, this is fine. We make so much. We make 10 transvine a turn. It's not a big deal. Hey, we have enough. Oh, we're out of Hyperium now. Why are we always out of everything, guys? We're always out of everything. But wait a minute, we can get 4 Hyperium there, but now we don't have enough money, so we're going to have to sell more of these things to get there. It's okay, we'll make this work. There we go. Now he's ready to do his best job. Although, if we're doing that, is it better to get No, it's better to get resources. We can always sell the resources if we need more dust. I was thinking maybe we'd give him the Science 1 modules instead, because those do generate dust and influence and science. But at the same time, it's honestly not worth it. Getting more of those resources, we can always sell them later, and they will net us just as much dust more than likely. And if not, we can repurpose them and turn them into stuff that we actually want to build. Alright. You're gonna come up here, bud. Get to scouting. That is your job. And then this fleet is just our defensive fleet. We may actually want to move this fleet. I think we're going to take them up to Nihal here. Nihal is going to be our choke point because what's going to happen is they're going to be sending fleets from Altair here, and we don't want that. We're going to crush those fleets on their way in. And then these vine ships right here are free to do their business, which may vary. Wait a minute, what happened to the last pirate ship here? There was a survivor. Oh, okay, there was a survivor, but there's also a Hisho military behemoth here, which is very scary. Can I tell how long we have force peace with them left? Because they may declare war on us as soon as the force peace runs out, and I don't know how long the force peace actually runs. We swap position with them maybe and see. Not exactly. Increase pressure from them. Yeah. No good deals there. Alright. So without knowing, I don't know if it's safe for us to begin to vine this system, but we may try it. We may just go for it here and hope that it's worth it. We could also send them over and begin to vine Pleone here, but that's not necessarily great either. Or we could just circumvent it all and go for Zubin. No, we're gonna send them up here. Because if we can get this, we can get this, and we can go up here. There's lots of different things we can do. We're just gonna have to hope that they do not turn that military behemoth on us anytime soon. Although, if I understand correctly, the reason that the United Elves and Santa Claus decided to come after us is because we had a advanced diplomatic demand coming. So as long as we don't get near that with the Hisho, they should be cool with us. Hostile trace was detected. Okay, so it's going to take them 2 turns to get back to us. It's going to take us 4 turns to finish that hack. I don't think that's going to actually work. Although the one thing I will say that's interesting, the boost to increase the chance to the Harashim population will come to an end. Can we do it again? Yes, we can, and we will. More Harashim. I'd like to boost the Pulsos here as well. It'd be good to get more of them. Same with the Calgeros. So basically what that concludes, the hacking thing that we're looking at, is that it does take roughly 4 turns to hack a colonized system, not counting travel time across the star lane. So that is interesting to know. At the same time, this is somewhat problematic, because they do have to trace it back through. Although, and I wonder if this is something useful, I wonder if we can... Yeah, let's try encrypting this and seeing if we can get away with the hack. +2 Calgeros on Gistrid. Out of the blue, literally, a new minor faction has abruptly moved onto one of your planets and have no intentions of leaving anytime soon. Whether they are friendly or not is yet to be discovered, but hopefully their intrusion won't be long. It's up to you to decide how best to treat them. Hey, we like minors. We're all good with it. Be the first to control the target system. Oh boy. Founders Keepers. The system Phaedix has recently become a flashpoint in the galaxy-wide struggle for dominance due to its unique history, position, and resource distribution. It's caught the eye of multiple other empires, some of who are reportedly eyeing it as a potential new base. Now's your chance to beat them to it and deny them a valuable strategic foothold. Be the first to control the target system. Found a colony on Phaedix before anyone else. Yeah, that's not happening. That's not happening. Found a colony on the other side of the galaxy that you cannot possibly reach in time. No, I'm good. Drift Buds has now been discovered. I believe that's been discovered as a resource for the Calgeros more than us actually finding a source of it, which is fine. Just something to keep in mind is that we won't be able to actually get it. Lovely. Little Bada Boom and a cardboard ship have come out. Let's send them up here to join their fleet brethren. You guys can merge on up, and then we'll send them up here to Nihal like we had planned. Oh, wait a minute. Well, that is problematic. Here comes the UE. I didn't see them on that star lane at all. That is actually kind of annoying. Whatever, it'll be fine. Next turn, these guys will be out. It'll be just fine. The biggest concern is this Vine ship that's on its way. So let's have our ships kind of continue to their landing points. It's going to be 8 turns before new pirates spawn, so what we're going to do here is we're going to send this fleet over here. They should reach it in time to protect that Vine ship from the UE, hopefully. Like, that's the goal there. And we are unable to Vine here because there are enemies on system. Wait a minute, I thought we could Vine with pirates. Apparently not. We cannot do that. So what we're going to do instead is probably come up here and see if we can Vine to Zubin. Yeah, that's fine. Let's do that. It's going to take them 4 turns to get to Zubin, but that's okay. If we're able to Vine to Zubin and then connect from Zubin to something else, that'll work just as well. Totally fine with that. Lunchtime event has ended, so we no longer have -2 movement points on ships on the Garrison 2nd Blazing Embers. And then on the Shoulders of Supergiants has also ended. Okay. More population on the Harashems. 1 second, folks. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I was just taking advantage of the new pause feature on OBS because we had reached the point of the video where my sinuses were becoming a problem. So now that that is dealt with, and I can actually speak again, who would have thought? Harashem population bonus, we already messed with that, so that's good. We already looked at the hack. Let's go ahead and take a look at Pi, who is leveled up. More science, more industry, more resource values. Resource values, I think, are always harder to come by than anything else, so we're going to go ahead and go with that. And then population growth has occurred all over our empire, and it's different pops on every system, which is nice. Yay, more combat ships. And we are sending some of those over, or we already did, I think. National Museum is available to us now, as well as government diversity and the Pooster program. The name of this always gets me. The Pooster program, I know, I have the sense of humor of a playground toddler. Anyways, the ideal here is that we do have National Museum now, which will help us keep our influence flow high, and we are working on our fire class hull. Let's go ahead and verify that we did send those troops. Yes, we did. Everything is good with that. And a new asteroid field is owned by us. We have successfully entwined this. The question is, will we be able to use this to entwine something else? And it does look like it because we're seeing the entwine symbols on these, which is cool, because that means we could potentially entwine here or here, I believe. And if that's the case, we can basically entwine around the Hisho so that we don't anger them and go straight for Cygnus. But I'm not sure, because Cygnus also doesn't look like it's flashing, like, I guess the best way to know is to just find out, so let's just find out. We go straight there. If we go straight there, it's going to take one extra turn. So what we'll probably do, I mean, honestly, forget the Hisho, but it can't hurt to try. Let's give it a shot. Let's see how that works. It may not work at all, but I've never played the Unfallen, really, so this is a good thing for us to sort of discover and understand. We do have some probes up, so let's clear some swaths of space here, and then continue down this explorative path. It is very See, we see vining symbols here now. I wonder if it was because the Hisho were there that we couldn't do it. That's probably what the problem was. Okay. That's fine. That's good to know. That'll be something for us to keep in mind in the future. It's weird, though, because we are at peace with the Hisho, but that also doesn't mean we're allied with them, so that's fine. Ooh, and that asteroid field gives us plus 50 production, which is just a nice flat bonus right there. Ending our turn and hoping that our fleet reaches Gistrid before theirs does. That's a big, big thing. If it doesn't, we may lose a Vine ship. Lost Roots connectivity. What? Huh? How? I don't... Okay. Well, I guess that changes things a little bit. Guess we'll just send them back here for now. So I'm guessing, because we weren't connected from here to here, that even though we were able to entwine it, the roots just fell off. Which means, yeah, we might have been able to entwine here, but the roots would have just fallen off. I wonder if we had kept our ships there, if the roots would have stayed long enough, but it makes sense, like we weren't actually connected to our roots. Okay. So that's annoying, but it is what it is. Oh no, somebody got that colony on the other side of the galaxy that we were never ever going to get in time. Okay, cool. We did beat them there. So we do have a fleet that's waiting for them. More ships coming to join that fleet. This is 2 ships, too. Like, this is just a really dumb attempt by the UE. I'm honestly just embarrassed for them. Here we go. Get these guys together. Heal them up if they need it. Let's go take a look at our hero ship here. Ooh, yeah, no. That needs replaced. That could be replaced as well. Let's go ahead and give him a fleet booster. And then weapon-wise... Wow, we didn't do anything with this guy's ship at all when we started exploring with him. Although I guess back then we didn't really have anything to do with his ship anyway. So let's do this. Let's also go ahead and give him some new missiles. And some lasers, or were we doing beams? We were doing beams. Let's go double beams here, and then some defensive modules to round it out. Gorgeous. We can't afford the dust. Are you kidding? Oh, I hate when this happens. Because, like, you can't save the design and come back. That's what's frustrating about it. Let's go get some more dust. We'll get some more dust and we'll fix that up. And, like, I could have probably predicted that we were going to run into that issue, but I honestly hadn't even thought about it, guys. So, my bad. We're going to sell some more Transvine, because that is our most liquid resource right now. It's fine. Let's go ahead and take a look at his ship and get it all tailored up. That does make more sense why the fleets were struggling in combat. The heroes do help out a lot early on if they're adequately geared. If they're not, they don't make much impact at all, and this guy wasn't, so that's probably why we weren't having a whole lot of impact from our hero, which is somewhat unfortunate. So take that probe, take that booster, take the armor. Oh, we already got armor, so we need a shield. And then a couple beams. Now, I would use the Hyperium beams, but we don't have enough Hyperium here to finish the design if we do that, so that's fine. Basrixo population has grown. We have new ships joining that fleet already, and we have another Vine ship here. So let's take this Vine ship that we've got, bounce it over here. Why did you go the long... Oh, that's not actually a star lane. I got confused by the Vine. I thought that was a star lane. Okay, for real though, why can the Unfallen not use their Vines as a star lane? It just makes sense. It really just makes sense. Once these guys land, we may actually come back from Zubin and go back down here. We'll do it direct pathing. No, we'll just go back. That's fine. Because we know now that if we take Zubin, it's not going to matter. It's just going to fall off. Problem. However, if we had taken Pleon first, it might actually be close enough. So that is an interesting thing to keep in mind as well. Yeah, let's just absolutely blockade the system and force them to fight us if they land. Hey, we just got a thing. No, we didn't. We got a nothing. Oh no, we found Prowler Pirates. Lovely. Just lovely. Well, at least it's something to shoot for some free XP, I guess. And they really don't have much of a chance. So what we're going to do here is go with shield absorption, because all they have is laser weapons, and they're medium-range laser weapons, which mean that, honestly, we're probably going to mow them down before we even get close. Especially if we place our fleets properly based upon... Oh, the other fleet is the one with the missile guys in it. No, wait, we have little bada booms here. Oh yeah, so this is already arranged properly anyway. We should mow this guy down before we even get close. Yeah, we didn't even take damage. We just kill him, we get a little extra XP, whatever. And this fleet is well along its way. Oh, there is an 8-unit fleet there, though, and that could be problematic. They're not yet trying to cut the vines here, though, which is interesting. So I think what we'll do is we'll land this right here. Look at our fleet strength, 1,054 to their fleet strength, which is a little bit higher. They are primarily... Oh no, they've got a damage split, but they've also got some ships that they obviously bought off the market or got from a miner. So we could also consider buying some ships off the market now that I think about it, but that seems foolhardy here. If we catch this fleet and kill it, we can always bring this other fleet up to reinforce them. We'll have more ships coming out anyway. Deneb has a Vine ship here, which we don't necessarily want to bring out at this moment. Although we could, I think it would move fast enough to get to safety. Yeah, let's do that. Let's take Deneb's Vine ship and let's get it down here. It should move through Perseus before they can catch it. Lovely. And then if we go to Deneb, we can actually start pushing out some combat ships if we need them. So it may be a little bit of overkill. We may end up not needing these ships after all, but if we bust them out and they become sort of a backup for the fleet that's coming up there, all the better. Let's do 3 phasers to stun as well. Okay. So we are prepared, Yui. If you want to industrialize and go to war, you're going to be the ones that suffer, not us. Just throwing that out there, man. You guys should have really rethought what you were doing. Vine ship, come on up. Let's see if you can get up there and start to vine that system. They may still have their military behemoth there. I hope not, though, because that would be really inconvenient for us. Okay, that looks good. Ending the turn here. And it looks like we may have just finished our time, but that's okay. We're going to go on for just a second longer. Yay, pacifists are staying in. That's a good thing. We're probably going to end up with militarists here, though. I highly suspect that. Yeah, pacifist, militarist, scientist. Militarist here is not actually bad for us, though. Spoils of War Act is going to be very nice since we're basically engaging with the UE a lot, and we have the influence to support any law that we want to take at this point, which is really good. New event, The Division. The tense political rivalry between militarism and pacifism in the Deneb systems has risen to emergency levels. The militarist faction has ordered the construction of an intricate system-spanning barricade between Deneb's inner and outer planets. Intrastructure or intrasystem movement has been severely restricted, and many citizens have been cut off from their families and friends. The pacifist inner planets have petitioned you for help. Okay, so if we go with ignore and support the militarists, we get plus 30% production on colonized systems on Deneb. We get plus 30% influence. There is a 80% chance of creating a major political crisis. I don't like political crises. It's not fun to take this minus 15% production here, but I'll do it. I don't want to deal with a huge political crisis. Somebody else has completed 10 quests. Lovely for them. Hacking operation has been traced. Oh, did they get all the way back? Oh, they did. They got all the way back there. So we did lose our backdoor. It's whatever. It was an experiment to see if it would work. It did not. It's okay. Proto-Orchid has now been found, or we've discovered somebody that uses it more than likely. Suyu Saltcliffe has leveled up. Alright, Suyu, let's give you... I mean, movement and vision range is basically what we want on all of our Seekers right away. So we'll do that. And then Hero leveled up for Luna Barxis as well. We can give him more movement, but at this point I think it's actually more prudent to give him damage because we are fighting people. So we'll go with damage there. Plus 10% damage to fleet. It's not a huge boost, but it's something. And Gistrid has completed the Center of Light, which means we can come back down here and do something like National Museum if we so desire. We could also do this. How many anomalies do we have on our system? Not a ton. We have mineral rich, so that's 1, which means that we would get plus 1 science on every planet, plus 3 per population on Gistrid 2 here. That's a decent science game, but I'm also thinking we're probably going to get more value out of that, or more value out of Pulvis production. Let's see. If we go with Pulvis production, it makes everything cheaper to buy out. If we go with National Museum here, are they happy enough to even benefit? They're not. We wouldn't get anything from it. So basically, oh, hello. We can also build a behemoth. We need more Hyperium to do it, but we could build another behemoth and send it to a different node, or we could build another type of behemoth. We could build an econ or a military behemoth and use that to sort of help to back up our military. I don't know. I don't think a military behemoth is necessary. I think that will eventually become dead weight because we're really not trying to fight people. We're fighting people as a sort of thing of necessity, not as a desirable thing. So if we do eventually get back to peace, we're just going to have this behemoth that we can't do anything with. So I don't think going for a military behemoth here is smart. And we don't have the resources to build the same type we already have out, so let's just do Pulvis for now. It's only going to take them 2 turns to do Pulvis, but alright, that's something. We can also put Spin Project in there. That's another good thing for us to do. Oh, we can even begin terraforming if we'd like. That's crazy. We're already terraforming. This is very early in the game to be terraforming. Very, very early in the game. We do have access to our Fire class hull now. That is our Medium Hunters. Are they using Mediums yet? No. Okay, so we could out-tech them by starting to build Mediums. That's actually not a bad idea, but we will do that next time. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to go ahead and give us a like or subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time. Bye!